Hey guys, welcome back to VintageCraft. Today we are in episode number 10. Now, I thought about doing a little special episode because this is my first series that gets to 10 episodes, but I decided kind of against it. I was just going to roll with it and see what happens, and some crazy stuff does happen. So, we'll see that shortly, but as you can see in the background here, we got a brand new building making its way on our skyline there. It's quite large, and we're going to get into that today. So, hang out, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so before I get into our big project for the day, I'm down here in our farms we made last week, and I need a bunch of sugarcane. You can see this is running pretty decently. We haven't spent much time over here yet, though, so it's not great. But what I need to do is we need a ton of paper for today, so I'm going to fire up all of our farms and make sure we're getting our maximum amount. Just make sure this is all going good. That was quick, looks like. We must have missed it. Yep, perfect. So we have everything we need. We just need lots of paper. You can see this stuff's all functioning. Oh, I did find one issue, which we're gonna fix right now. That's not the right block. So when we placed all this stuff, I forgot to fix our wheat system. So this comes in, and it usually comes in on this side, and right now it's hitting this chest, and it's gonna despawn because it just hits there and sits on top. So for now, what we're gonna do is we're just going to go like this and make sure that everything still goes in here for now until we fix that and move all that stuff out of the way. And I don't have a place for ice. So we're about to get started on this big project, but before we do that, I've heard rumblings of a need for tridents in our shop. So let's rip over there real quick like. Oh, the shopping district. Every time I come here, it's just a little bit different. We got Archie's shulker organizing shop. We've got, I don't know whose shop this is, top of my head, but I believe they're selling terracotta by the looks of it. Special K, selling some terracotta. Anyhow, we've discussed this in our last few episodes, a couple episodes ago, I guess I should say, that we need to do something with our shop, and oh boy. Oh, we made a bunch of diamonds, and we got a little request here, and we're running low on tridents, very, very low, which means that, like I said before, we need to make a plan for our shop. We need to get going on reorganizing our farm, or rebuilding our farm. We need to... Do I not have any signs? Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to get some signs. Let's just take one from... Whoa! It's for Crete anyways. Here, I'll just let them know it's in here. What are you doing? Why are you breaking my glass? Well, that was easier than making a sign. So anyway, so we need to figure out what we're going to do. We need to get our ink shop, our ink farm going. We need to get our trident farm going. We need to collect all these diamonds. There's diamonds everywhere. Which means people have been buying ink, which means we need to start doing ink again. What was that? Cyan ink we are out of. That is interesting. Maybe we'll do some ink creation first thing today then. Awesome. Anyways, let's move on, and no problem, man. And get on with some building. You know, one of these days I have a stupid project that I want to do. Now, so you can see here that these are all the diamonds we just got from our shop today. I didn't even collect all the ones from the ink yet, or the dyes yet, but there's 3 stacks of diamonds here. And if I add this to our collection, you can see we have so many diamonds. And, you know, what I want to do one day, keeping them in shulker boxes, this is just, you can't show it off. You can't be obnoxious with this. And not that I want to be that guy, but kind of do. And I was thinking one day, it'd be really cool to do like the Scrooge McDuck vault somewhere. I know it doesn't fit our theme, but it would be super cool to have just a giant vault we could go swimming in with our diamonds. And we might do some kind of a underground safe box thing eventually, because I think that'd be fun. But anyways, for today's project, we are starting this area. Now, I have spent a tremendous amount of time planning a build in creative mode, or creative server, whatever, because it's so tough to do. What's up, cow? It's so tough to do this because it's going to be big, and it can't. So we're trying to make this stuff all like, match in size and stuff. So we're gonna build a library today, and the library, you can't do a medieval library that's not grand in scale and fancy and detailed and stuff. It just doesn't look right. And I decided as we go, we need to start raising our skyline a little bit, because we have a pretty flat view right now besides the few buildings that are floating and whatever. So let's go through this. Right here is going to be our main door, and this is pretty much going to be the two sides. Now what I have to do is dig out this mountain. We need to go, you can see I've already started placing a few blocks, but we need to go about 20 blocks deep from here and all the way up. And it's going to be a pain. So I'm going to go adjust our beacon so we get our haste 2 on. But, the one problem that I wish I had is that, or one problem I have is that I wish we had the ability to have camera accounts on this server, so that I could show you guys what I'm doing, because this is going to be kind of tough to show you guys. So I'm going to do a little bit of digging, and we'll show you guys what I can, a little bit of a time lapse, and we'll go from there. This is gonna take a while. So I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at. So I'm not going to show you guys the whole building process, because this is going to be quite the build. It's pretty big, and it's going to be very time consuming. So I'm just going to show you guys updates as we go. It'll be a lot of cuts, but it's the best way to do it, I think. So this is kind of how the front's going to look. Obviously it's missing all the detail. Like, this will have fences and stuff going up. I have to cut some of this wood out for windows and bars and whatnot. And eventually we'll add a little color into this. We'll put some purple concrete or something in to get a little like life to it later on. And because it matches kind of the colors that we have here and in the basement and what we'll have in the church. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep plugging away. Oops, wrong blocks. It's very resource intensive, mostly stone, like I said, like I normally do on these kind of builds, I guess. But we'll be able to put a bunch of other stuff throughout this one, I think. How does this look? How does this go? It's really tough building from screenshots and whatnot. Especially doing, come on, click. There we go. Just doing like the detail, like you can see here, this is a bunch of stairs facing different directions. So here it's facing this way, this is an upside down, this is one facing normally on that side, these ones are upside down. It's really tricky. Well, as you can see from all the scaffolding that's still up here, I've only fallen, I don't know, 10-ish times so far. Not a big deal. So this side of the tower is pretty much done. I'm just cutting some holes here for windows, and we're going to add fence if I can reach it. This is where I fall off again. Or place dirt on the roof for no reason. Oh, come on. Perfect. And this side, can I reach it? Oh. Awesome. And do the back. You know, the height of this actually doesn't look that bad. I was really worried that it was going to be too tall, but in comparison to like this, like these buildings, they're not that bad. Especially since this one's like, this is like 4 blocks higher or something than that. I think we'll be all right. So the front is all done. I'm just going to start working on the sides now and getting the interior, like the interior, the actual main part of the building done. But you can see, so this will be where the stairs go. This will be all filled in. There'll be a staircase that goes up. We have to cut the wall out here. All right, so I got a pretty good handle on this now. You know, every now and then making things in creative is such a pain in the ass because it's really hard to translate it over when you're like trying to build. Because in creative, you have the option, well, if you use a couple of mods, you have the option of like doing one side. Like I can do this piece and then just copy and flip it, so you don't have to do it twice. And you can move things, which makes it so like connecting, this is a bad example, connecting like roofs across, like here, there's going to be a roof that comes across this way. And where it attaches is going to, you know, have blocks there that work, right? But like when you do it in creative, you don't have to necessarily have those blocks that work. You can have gaps and just put them in and make it work the way you want it to. But when you translate it over, sometimes it's a real pain to get some of these blocks to work. Anyways, I'm about 3/4 done on the inside here. I gotta finish this piece, like so it'll look like this. These two have like the steps going up in the sides here, which obviously aren't done yet. They're gonna go up here and around and over. And then we gotta put our bookcases in. We gotta do a little bit of a design at the bottom here. And then I have to do the roof. And the roof is going to be a real pain because, let me just scale my way up here. So this roof is going to be flat, right? Well, it's a dome up to here and then it's flat on top. But what we're going to actually do is from about, I think it's about here-ish, it's going to have like a circular dome on top of this that goes into the center, right? And it's going to be made out of wood for now. I really wanted to do it out of glass, but then I can't have the stone on or the bricks on the inside. And I really wanted to have like this vaulted ceiling that looks cool, but I really don't want to have just like layers and layers of glass and like no support to it. So I gotta think about that a little bit. We might do some adjustments there. But it's a pain because it actually leaves like a 2-block gap in the inside here. Like this is all gonna be hollow. I gotta fill it and, you know, figure that out. And I really want to do a couple changes to the front of this. I'm not liking the wood design here. And we don't put glass in there yet. And these need to be adjusted a little bit. There'll be glass in here. There'll be, I'm missing a wall there. There'll be, oh, I didn't put either in. There'll be cobblestone walls there. And then, the other part that we have to do is right here on this gap. So you can see the holes from the outside. And I want to put purple blocks in there, purple concrete, I think. And I think that'll just add that little bit of color across the front that'll look pretty cool. Alright guys, so I didn't record any audio at this point. Storms on the server are incredibly rare, and I was like running around panicking and trying to get my trident out and find mobs. So I just hit the record button and just like went, and I didn't end up saying anything. So I'm adding this afterwards. And you can see I'm getting some creepers charged up and trying to get a bunch of guys together. Now, you can see I'm running around with my flint and steel out, and I was always told that's how you had to like blow up charged creepers to get heads and stuff. And I don't know if that's accurate. I'm not sure if you have to actually light them or if that just has to be their explosion. But man, this sucked. I was like panicking, like trying to get a bunch of guys together, and they just weren't going fast enough. And then you got creepers like skeletons shooting me, creeper chasing me, spider getting in my face. Oh, it was fun and exciting, I'll tell you. It was quite interesting, but again, we don't have storms very often, so that was I didn't even kill anybody. We don't get them very often, and it was like the whole server was like everyone was all freaking out, like, oh my god, storm, you know, where are the mobs? And you can see I didn't get any heads at this point, but before this, I had gotten 2 already, so it wasn't a big issue. You know, obviously we want to get as many as possible. And thankfully the creepers were coming out the first like couple minutes of the storm. There was nothing. So I was like panicking. Like I want, you know, it's just for creeper heads or zombie heads, whatever. It's nice to get it, right? And right here, bad things happen. I don't know. We must have been low in health there. I didn't even see it that time. And yeah, it was only the second death that we've had on this server. That's alright though. Well, we didn't get any creeper heads, but I got a bunch of zombie heads. I don't know why they're different though. It's really weird though. I blew up a zombie and a creeper, and he gave me a zombie head. It was kind of strange. And then we got our own head again. You know, I've been trying not to die for a very long time, but that's not a bad way to go. During a storm with 5 zombie heads, I'll take it. Whew. All right, guys. This has been a trying day. I think we're built though. It's been a long time. It's been a couple hours. Basically, I just had to put my head down and go for it. I was going to show you guys a lot more of it, but unfortunately, it just like it didn't work. I was having a lot of trouble like bringing the concept over and getting some of the stuff to work. It just, I don't know, it was a tough project, so I just ended up putting some television on and going to town. So, my biggest worry that I had with this project, which we'll get into in just a second, was basically the size of it. And I think it's okay. I mean, it's quite a bit bigger than these buildings, but it's not like it's overly exaggerated, and it shouldn't take away from doing any other large buildings. We need a few more, obviously. So, anyways, let's look at this. So I'm just in the process of, you know, decorating. You can see I tried recording this clip a second ago, but I got creeper bombed, and I'm kind of scared of creepers right now after the incident earlier. I don't know. I mean, I must have been low on health or something. I don't know how he got me. I got some pretty good protection, blast protection. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I got everything together that I think we're going to need. I went and rated everything for our bookshelves that we're going to need, and I really wish they'd fix vines. I love they spread down. I just wish they would only go 1 or 2 blocks like left or right from the origin. You know, kind of how like water has like a source block. It'd be cool if vines did that too. So anyways, so this is, I guess, obviously our entrance. I was trying to play around with the idea of how to like stretch this forward, and it works kind of. I'm not 100% happy with it yet, but it's coming. As you can see here, that roof is different than this roof, because I'm just trying a few different ideas, but we're going to end up going with the wood roof, I think, and I got the wood here for the pillars, as opposed to, let's go over this way, as opposed to the brick on this side, and I've taken out the crosses. So I gotta do all that yet. Oh, I thought I saw something over there. I'm paranoid now working at night. It's crazy. So anyway, so inside here, we've got a wide open space that we need to fill with bookshelves, which we're going to do. It's all enclosed, so we should be relatively safe once it's lit up. Normally, like, when I did the original design, I had this all open to another area. But when I do our mage tower, it's going to come crashing through here. So a lot of this stuff's actually going to get ripped out. So I didn't want to go too crazy back here and do a lot of detail, but it had to be built and looking good first, right? So anyways, we got our stairs up, which are not lit, so this is kind of the danger spot right now. And we're going to do the same thing up here. We're going to fill this with bookshelves. We're going to put some like seating areas. Oh, it reminds me I need some signs. We're put a couple seating areas up here. I got to put some like a light hanging down, a little chandelier thing. So let's do this really quick. If I can get back down. Hopefully nothing jumps out at me anytime soon. Like I said, I'm very paranoid right now. So I'm going to fill a bunch of these areas with bookshelves. And I'm going to need a lot more. But like I said, I raided our sugarcane farm. We got lots of sugarcane. I've got a decent amount of leather. So I should be good to go for a little while. And all I'm going to do... I might actually save this one. And we'll just cheat a little bit, and we'll put some cobble back there. Where'd it go? And I think we'll do this just a little bit not perfect. We'll do the same on this side, and I already need more. Ah, that was 40 bookshelves just that fast. So yeah, so I'm going to build a couple of bookshelves here. And I'll be back in just a second once I've placed some of this stuff. And one more. Oh. This is so many bookcases, guys. So I had to rip to Ant's place and do a bunch of villager trading. Because I ran low on bookcases, you know. I thought I'd have lots. But we're about, I don't know, 8 or 9 stacks of bookcases here. So let me just rip you guys through this, I guess. Let's clean this up and go through the entrance, and we'll have a quick look at this place. I think it's pretty much done. I might change some of the designs a little bit. Like I said, I have to change the roof on this side. I might add like a flag or something. We might add some more decoration. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, so we got our little entrance here. Come in. We've got our nice bookcase area, little seating lounge thing. I just got carpets down just for now. They have some lighting underneath them hidden, so it helps, and it looks kind of cool. It looks nice and clean. A couple of more areas over here. A lot of it's just... I thought about doing this on this side, because this looks kind of weird, having like the window here. But this is a wall. It's like... do I have a better axe? Okay. This axe has silk touch, so I can do this. So it's got like stone back there, because that's where the mountain is. And I did the same thing on this side. I just mirrored everything, right? And you got a little bit of lighting in the floor that helps. And we're not fully lit. Like you can see there's a few dark areas right here, which I gotta figure out yet. But for the most part, the bottom level's done. So you might notice these are empty right now. And what I was kind of thinking, I've kind of had a few ideas lately of like how we can like kind of bring people over here and like involve more people. And Skyfall left us our Valentine's Day gift. And I can't actually find where I put the book, which is kind of annoying to me. I thought I saved it. I'm positive I saved it. I just don't know where I put it. Anyways, what I'm thinking about doing is putting like an open invite to people to be like, hey, if you want to put a book in the library, there's lots of spots. We can put them anywhere in here, because we can attach these actually to the actual bookcases, if our inventory wasn't totally full, right? And give people like the option, like, hey, do you want to be a part of the library? So then, up here, it's kind of the same thing. It's just lots of bookcases. I didn't do as many, obviously, because I don't want it to be too crazy. And just more seating areas. And I was thinking about putting, maybe, some plants. But I think the armrests look cool. So, I don't know how I want to quite, finish decorating this quite yet. And then we got more seating area over here with some window, which I think we should probably put glass in these. Here will be a little tricky because these are half slabs. But I might figure that out yet. I don't really like having this just wide open, even though nothing should get in here unless it spawns on our roof and figures its way out. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I guess I can show you guys the roof too. We didn't really go through how I built that or anything. So up here, it's just a small dome. Climb the mountain here. Just a little dome. There's see that little ninja here. I've had so many trouble with creepers in the last day. Oh, yeah, I forgot to hit him first. Come on, buddy. Some distance. Look at that guy over there, too. They're just, everywhere on this island right now. You gonna die? Come on. Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of scared about the creepers kicking around this island right now because apparently they're not my friend anymore. So anyways, so I didn't add a whole lot of color or nothing in this. I just think we can change all that later. But like I said, a lot of this is going to get destroyed anyways when I drop the temple, or the temple, the tower. Oh, so dirt up there. When I drop the tower over here, we're going to have a few spots that are going to, get destroyed and come out of this. And so I didn't want to go too crazy with the detail yet, but we will shortly. Anyways, I think that's all all I wanted to show you guys. So, yeah, I think that's probably where I'm going to call this an episode. I mean, it's been a long time doing this one. It took me a couple days. Not a couple days, about a day and a half, just messing around, getting resources. And I think it turned out pretty good. Can I do this? Oh, can I walk backwards? That looks pretty cool. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you guys are excited to see more VintageCraft, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, all that good stuff. And, I'll see you guys again shortly. And thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you in the next one.